because it's $99 a month, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
and there's
'cause
not that much activity there right now, right?
we're not really in there. We might want to do like one more email blast and let them
Okay.
know, come over to Influencer Academy. But oh,
What's up?
sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Neisha, like you came over to that group looking for creator information, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so like where's your creator journey? I know we're here to talk about drop shipping, but where's your creator journey at? Tell us about that.
So I originally wanted to get into like UGC, and I was interested from like a coaching perspective. I wanted to be able to like show other people how to ease into like the digital space. It's like
Okay.
UGC is something you can do like with stuff that you already have at home, and it doesn't require you to have a huge audience. So I was all for it.
Okay.
And then I found the Influencer Academy and Hot Mod Agency,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually joined the school community.
Okay. Yes.
Mom collaborators, and I was in there for a while, and then Nicole reached out to me, and she's like, you get a one-on-one, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I was happy after that. It was a really good experience. But as far as my creator journey, I've just started taking like I started like Facebook. I've been on Facebook for years, and just became monetized on Facebook last year. So
Monetized how?
I don't know. I went through the process of setting my page up to be monetized, and then one day they invited me. So I would just say consistency, authenticity, being yourself. Yeah, that's
What page is that?
That is the Meta Business Suite, Grant. There's on the left hand side side menu, there is a monetization tab, and you go to it, and you can, if you qualify, there are steps to take in order to register and actually become monetized. But you'll see the monetization tab, and you can go there, and Facebook will tell you if you qualify or not. And that's the only way that you can get in.
Well, what page did you get qualified with, Neisha?
So this is crazy, and I'm glad you asked me, because let me explain.
Okay.
So my profile page, my main profile page is monetized.
Okay.
Which is like
your personal page, or like
my personal profile page is monetized.
How did you pull that off? I didn't even know they could do that.
But like, if someone could help me, what is that page? I'm asking this question.
Zineshia Ewing.
Zineshia Ewing. Okay, got it. Okay. Ewing. Okay.
My main profile page.
I only see dazzling. Am I spelling it wrong? It's ZIN, right?
ZINESHIA.
Oh, okay. I apologize. SHIA. Okay, got it. There you are. Okay, so this says digital creator. It says you have, 1.5 thousand followers, 1,500 followers. And this is the page you got on their creator program or their monetization program?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And do we know what the criteria were? I want this.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It's like this anomaly that we're just like, everybody sits around and just waits for Facebook to like grant them permission behind the
because curtain. I have like 5,000 followers, something like that.
Did you ever change?
I know that there are a few steps that you have to take. You do have to, you have to have like professional mode on, and then
professional mode.
It's all about the settings. Like if you don't have if you don't have your account set up right, then they won't find you or think that you're.
What is that? Okay, so this was how long ago?
This was last year. This was I want to say maybe August or September.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's cool. And so that, yeah, I have 3,800 followers. So I need to get my settings right.
Yeah, you
Yes.
should be getting paid, man.
Yes.
And so then are you paid per post or you just paid arbitrarily? It's just random?
So, so I do get, so I'm eligible for stars, so people can send me
Okay.
stars, and then
Somebody send me stars. Nicole, send me some stars.
You actually are eligible for stars too. Whenever you do your show, Grant, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing like it was like send Grant stars. Like
And you
whenever
don't give me any stars?
I thought about it.
We should all round robin right now and give each other stars on the Facebook Live. I
Well,
don't know if you all connected.
It's only 1 cent. Just
Yeah.
so you know. So you got to send a lot of stars.
Wait,
So
wait,
if you get 100 stars, you're getting $1.
So
Yep.
you're bankrolling with 1,500 followers. How many people are starring you?
I don't get a lot of stars.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
But I don't ask for stars either.
Right.
Okay, yeah. That's
Exactly.
bad.
I like
do-
that you
I
put
do
those
them
two
every
together.
Yeah, you do. You call to actions are serious.
Yeah.
You have to
Okay.
tell people what you want, and that's it. But I have
Yep.
the bonus. There's like
Okay.
bonuses. So the performance bonus, and
Mhm.
somewhere deep down in the algorithm, they're paying you per view, per interaction. I don't know what the equation is. but
Metrics is, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so did
Sometimes
you
it's
have
good,
like some post that took off or some category of posts that started taking off?
No. I've been on this Facebook page for a long time.
Okay, so summary to anyone watching later. Here's the advice from Neisha.
But this is across the board, Grant. So do not point this to Neisha. Anybody who gets monetized, a lot of times are like, they finally invited me. That's it.
Wow.
I was very active.
Gotcha. That's probably
it.
what it was. You were probably flagged for performance, and they were
Okay.
like, "Let this girl pass."
Groups. If you are getting a lot of engagement in public groups, they will give you the bonus. The idea, I did read this somewhere, that the idea is to keep people on Facebook, and the longer your content keeps people on Facebook, whether it's watching, commenting, reacting, anything that is going to get you invited to the performance.
Interesting. You okay there? You falling over on your mic there?
I just hit my
Oh,
cord with it.
that's interesting. So let's back up. We zoomed into this on Facebook because we know about the TikTok Creator Fund. We know about the YouTube Creator Fund and their AdSense platform. We know about Instagram, and now Nicole and I are being bombarded with people on Threads going, "I finally hit $50,000 on Threads," and we're like,
Yeah.
"What are you even talking about?" And like, because it is like a penny each, and you're like, how many likes or views did you have to get on Threads?
They be hanging out all day making that money.
You're not joking. And so it's not often we hear someone say, "Hey, listen, check me out. I'm doing decent," or "I'm pulling even a small token amount from Facebook." I mean, I know plenty of people who are on I've never heard of this, but they're on some sort of creator fund and Facebook Reels. And
Yeah.
and it spiked in the early days, but I haven't heard anyone say they're making anything serious at this point. And so for you to say this is what got you started, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Okay, so you started making this creator fund, and that developed an interest or an appetite in other streams of income than just whitelisting or UGC? Like, where did the journey go next?
So, I started like getting into, so I'm like really into Facebook. I started getting into like different Facebook groups
Okay.
about like digital marketing. So
Okay.
creating courses, ebooks and things like that. And it kind of just took off from there. Just being in that space around other people doing other things. I didn't know what UGC was 6 months ago. So I really just started getting into it. Like I said, I am really big on helping other people discover their potential and reach their next financial levels. Like that's really like important to me. I want everybody to know that being in the digital space, like there is so much money to make, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of the same things, but it's not competition because there's so much, there's so much to do. So I wanted to be able to, provide that information about UGC and influencer marketing to my audience. So I'm like, I have to learn this first. I have to learn this. I have to get this down so that I can, provide this information to other people. And so that's
Okay.
what I'm currently at in my journey. Just I want to, cultivate some results. Um, get my metrics where I can show people, this is what I did to get here. And so that's where it is.
I dig it. So what is working the best for you? What is the best avenue for earning online income that you're most happy? You don't have to give numbers away, but percentage wise, what's working the best for you?
Services is crazy. And I don't even
Really?
people come to me. I don't explicitly say like, oh, I do this, I do that. I think people see that I've done it for myself, or, I could be showing like, um, here, I have a digital product, and they're like, oh, your website looks nice. Can you make me a website? And I'm like, sure, I can. So a lot of those like small services, can you help me start an ebook? Can you, those little things that are not even like my offerings. Like people will come out of nowhere asking for help.
Right.
And outside of that, our t-shirts, which is like the coolest thing ever, because the t-shirt business didn't start as an online thing. It started as a word of mouth thing. We were posting online about it, but everything was like old, like nothing was online. No website, nothing.
Wow.
We were pressing t-shirts, shipping them out ourselves. We had a few customized items that we did, and that's been probably the most profitable.
Where can I see the shirts? I went through your socials and I didn't see anything
I
about
don't.
drop shipping at all.
It's been a long time. So we
Okay.
started with the shirts in 2020.
Okay.
And the drop shipping now is kind of faceless. And
Okay.
a lot of people know that we have shirts and we do shirts because, like I said, I talk about it sometime here and there on social media, but it's pretty much faceless. We don't really tell anybody,
Is there a reason for that?
me, I'm crazy a little bit.
What?
I'm just a little bit crazy.
How so?
We want to keep some things separate from us.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I say
And
us, me and my husband.
sure. So like I understand the nature, say, for example, of faceless accounts, but is it like a risque topic? Like, for example, I came out of the Christian church. I met a coach in the early days. Her name was Christine. And I met her at a coffee shop here in our hometown, Black and Brew. And I started asking her, hey, what do you do? And she was like, oh, well, I do some online marketing. And I said, okay. And we started talking about what I did. And I did some missionary work and some infopreneuring. I sold some ebooks called The Rookie Missionary and rookiemissionary.com. I don't even know if I still own that domain. And we got to talking, and she goes, oh, I do some Christian stuff. And I was like, what? Okay. And I tried to get this out of her for like 30 minutes. And I finally was like, okay, listen, either you're full of crap or it's a risque topic. And she said, it is a risque topic. I was like, what is it? She said, my website is christianspice.com. And it's a website about like how healthy Christian married couples can have more passionate sex, but we just don't want to be associated with it. And I was like, oh, okay. So you don't have to give it away, but is it that risky? Like, are you guys have a prepper's website, or
No.
like, are you making money on like Trump and Kamala merch? Like, what are we talking about?
No,
like,
we work with kids.
okay.
We work with kids.
Okay. Okay.
We provide apparel for youth sports.
Okay, got it. Very cool. So you built this drop shipping at some site. What marketing's working the best for this faceless account?
It's connections, word of mouth. There's I will say this. The reason why we don't really have like one set website is because we create stores for the teams for their
Oh,
merch.
that's smart. That's smart. And it's
So
probably like a bunch of micro sites that are just super niche. That's
yes.
brilliant. Little T-ball, little
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So it's
You're muted. You're muted, Nicole. We can't hear
oh,
you, Nicole, at all. Like you're just totally gone from us.
Okay, sorry. I was saying is that once they get with you every season, they're gonna order again. So it's just like constant revenue as long as you stay their preferred vendor. So
yeah.
okay. So do you use drop shipping for that, or how do you use drop shipping?
Yes, that's what we use drop shipping for. We have a print on demand company that we go through.
Who do you
Okay.
use? Printify? Printful?
We
You're
use
not even going to share. What did you say?
gelato.
Gelato. Okay, yeah, we're starting to hear more and more about gelato from creators using that one for sure. And then there's another one popped up recently. I think it began with a K, and I'm like, well, what's that one? Nicole, you and I looked up one that connected to ClickFunnels. What was that one?
Yeah.
I think I've gone through one that starts with a K, and I can't recall.
I cannot recall it.
Yeah.
Why did you land on gelato ultimately?
They have from what I've seen, they have the best prices in shipping.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
And it just go ahead.
Really good prices.
Yeah.
The shipping can't be beat. Like I've
Really?
looked there. I've searched and researched. The shipping
Okay.
is good for me.
That's good to know because I just opened up a Printify store and the shirts were like $14. The shipping is
$7 or $8.
Yeah. Like I ordered a couple samples and still I dropped $40 on 2 shirts.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to look up gelato. Okay, so that's good to know.
Now, when it comes to gelato, do you pipe this into like these sub sites you're building for these teen youth sports? Are you building the site on a different platform, or are you just kind of creating and curating this in gelato and just running a domain name to it? Are you like plugging it in to something else?
So it's when I say I want to call it snail mail, but that's not what it is. It reminds me of the snail mail time.
Yeah.
So we have like an invoicing platform, and then a lot of it is not automated, is what I'll say. I still do invoices. I still do invoices. I create the shirts, I design the shirts and upload them. And then there's like a store. And so then I create like you said, like a sub store. What we're getting ready to switch to Shopify is what I'm getting to.
Okay.
We're getting ready to funnel through Shopify.
And gelato pipes right into Shopify if I remember correctly. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, we've worked on just background on me. I've owned a web design company since 2013. I've been doing website design since 2004. And I'm very familiar. Nicole and I merged companies the early part of 2024. And so she's now kind of learned. I mean, she knew a ton about WordPress already. And now we've been exposing to a bunch of the web technologies. So drop shipping has been on our radar. We actually haven't talked with an entrepreneur. I was going to say creator, but do you consider yourself a creator? Do you consider yourself an entrepreneur?
I am in that space in between. I'm definitely, I say that I am a serial entrepreneur.
Okay. Super cool.
I am getting there. I'm transitioning to a creative entrepreneur.
What's the biggest challenge you're facing other than not being able to talk about anything you're doing, like at the CIA?
I'm like I told you, I'm crazy. I'm probably very private for no reason.
Okay, I was gonna say, is this like a Big Brother thing? Is this like I don't want people knowing, or is this a competitor thing?
Oh no, it's not about competition.
Okay.
I
like my privacy.
Yeah.
I like my. She says on the HotSpark show, distributed across multiple platforms.
Yeah. So does Gelato not have like stores that you can put up? Because like in Printify, it's like publish a store and then those shirts are available for purchase. Does
Yes,
Gelato have that function as well?
yes. And I would say I've done I actually we were gonna go through Printify. So I have a lot of our shirts like uploaded on Printify.
I
And
bet.
as far as like the stores goes, it's almost identical in like
Mhm.
the user experience.
Okay.
So very
Okay.
similar.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you're doing with Amazon for the influencer program.
So
Is
go ahead.
you just got into that, right?
I just got into it. I have some ideas. Um my what I have to I'll answer this question with answering Grant's question.
Okay.
Uh
Okay.
the challenge has been finding my footing. Um and deciding what I want to, put out there as my content. So when I'm thinking about like my content pillars, it's like, okay, can I do 5 or do I have to stick to these 5? Like I'm maxing out. I feel like I'm maxing out at 5. Like
Mm.
5 is pushing it. And I think that comes back to like that serial entrepreneurship, just wanting to do so much. But um I actually I'm scheduled to ask a question to an audience that I have today about multi-niche versus lifestyle, and
Mm.
how it
Interesting.
compares, like what do those words, kind of mean, for people who have a hard time like niching down. So when it comes to Amazon, I'm kind of just getting my footing and trying to figure out what am I going to center, this content around. I shop at Amazon all the time. So I have a bunch of stuff that, I have content on already. And so it's really just, a matter of getting that edited and put out there. But I think I think a lot of my being is being a mom. And I'm
Mhm.
Okay.
always like trying to run away from it. Being a mom and being an entrepreneur. So it's like
Yeah.
I am, and I don't know, like this is probably crazy for me to be trying to do at this point, but I am getting ready to turn 30 in a couple weeks. And so I don't know, like I feel like there's like some change or switch that I feel like I'm going through, and I'm wanting to be a little bit more of this or that when it comes to like social media. But then at the same time, I'm like, girl, you are a mom. You are a mom and you are a businesswoman. And I know I can talk about that for days and days and days, but I have this idea that I want to showcase like this transformational journey for me.
Mhm.
And I don't
Mm.
know if it'll happen. That's the scary part that I'm running into.
Let me
Um,
ask this. Hold on. You just used a powerful word and we can't glaze
Mhm.
over it. This transformational journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me. So a journey means you start at point A and you end up at point B, but you might have
Mhm.
milestones along the way. What can you describe your transformational journey? Like, what do you mean from what to what?
So whenever I like get on a platform or meet somebody new, the question is always like, or not even a question, the statement is, tell us about yourself. And the
Hmm.
first thing, like the only thing that I can honestly ever think of is I'm a wife and a mom.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
it's more so internal, because I'm so much more. I actually just talked to somebody about this a few days ago. I told them I am a mom, I'm a wife, but then I want to talk about, myself and these other lights and these other talents and skills that I have. And they're like, you're not just a mom and a wife, like you have a lot of stuff going on that you can talk about. And I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
but it's so easy for me to talk about being a mom or, being talking about business. And so I don't know, like I want to focus more on Zineshia, the woman.
Did you always know you were going to be an entrepreneur?
Not when I was doing entrepreneurial stuff, as a kid. Like I made business cards. I can remember I can go back making business cards to do stuff that I don't even want to do today. But back then I knew I wanted to have a business. So I could say in hindsight, yeah, it's always
Okay.
about having my own thing.
Did you always know you wanted to be a mom?
Oh yeah.
So, like when you get asked to do a panel and someone says, "Hey, Neisha, hey, what is it you do? What should I put in the subtitle down here instead of drop shipping for creators? Should I put like wife and mom or entrepreneur or serial entrepreneur? And like, what is the so you're transforming? I think what you're saying is your transformation is transforming, expanding from wife and mom.
Yeah, I think you want to nail a story down and just keep repeating it. That's because it almost sounds weird to say, like you have to get used to saying, I'm a business owner, I'm a creator, I'm this, because it's not your normal titles. I remember when I first owned my own business, it was like I couldn't get it out because I was not used to looking or feeling that way or looking that way or holding that title. So it took me probably a good year before I got used to calling myself a business owner. But you're right, there is this like transition. But once you get down like your, I guess we'll call it elevator pitch, you know, because wife and mom can be in there. You just got to add the other titles or the other, you know, hats you're carrying. Like you're an expert in this, or you're, you know, you're a small business owner. Like, you know, you have your t-shirt business. So you are a lot of different things, but you do have to like say it out loud 20 times and get used to saying it.
Yes.
You know?
Nicole, what's your elevator pitch?
Grant is always trying to mess with me.
Let's hear it.
I swear to God. I swear to God. I have a different one today. You want to hear this one?
Yeah.
Okay. What am I today? I'm a small business owner. I'm the founder of Hot Mod Agency and Influencer Academy. I'm also a influencer coach and a mom boss. Oh my God, got one.
I like it. You did it.
Yeah, buddy.
You did it. And Neisha, how old are your kids?
So my oldest is 11 today.
Wow.
And then I have a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Oh my God.
What? I hope you have family around to help. Holy cow. So, Nicole, at what point did you feel like in your kids' journey that you had enough bandwidth to begin the entrepreneur journey?
Well, let's say it was 2018. So my kids were 6 and 7.
Okay.
And I don't know that I considered necessarily their age. I probably did to some extent, but it was just happened to be when I met my future business partner, you know, that I thought, is this possible? And so I don't know if it was more of a, you know, kind of coming of age thing for me, not necessarily considering the kiddos. At least not consciously, maybe subconsciously. You know, they were on a schedule and things, you know, I could leave during the day, and so it was possible. I think childcare is probably more of a, you know, are my kids in school and I have some time to do this, pursue this. So I don't know how because you're homeschooling, Neisha. So like,
you're homeschooling.
Where are you squeezing this time? And you got a baby. So
well,
like,
she's almost 2, and she's very, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So let me ask you this. Like the drop shipping is doing the best for you of your ventures.
Yes.
Without getting into numbers, obviously, you can keep all that private. Is it making your salary?
No.
Real question. Okay. That's good to know.
And I will go ahead.
No, please.
I will only say that it's the time stretch. If I had the time to, like I told you, we're still small, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with that being like, you know, something that we're taking. I would say 5 figures.
Sure.
And not at the beginning of 5 figures. So
Sure.
we're into the 5 figures. So it's
gotcha. So, I mean, do you feel like you know what to do to grow it? It's just a matter of time investment. So you're not really looking for other avenues of income, where's your, you have a good thing and you just got to scale it. Is that where you're at?
That's it. And we're working on that right now.
Okay.
Like I said, we've been focusing on like teams, like sports teams.
Cool.
We're wanting to branch out into like businesses, creating businesses, like uniforms for businesses, churches, school. So we're working on expanding.
I like that. That's very niche. So that is multi-niche. And I wouldn't even say it's multi-niche. I would say it's targeted, right? Like we have a targeted product. And honestly, that's like you're like I don't want to say like any merch company, but you're these companies that go, hey, we're a marketing company, and it's like we do the mugs for this one office, or we do the keychains, we do the lanyards for this event. That might be another avenue, is like kitsch events. Like Nicole and I are going to be speaking at Boss Fest soon, and seeing that, okay, I see a need. These guys haven't really thought about merch for this event. Maybe I could throw together a demo site with some of their logos, and then do a profit split with them of some kind. They market it, they get to use it, or what have you. I think that you already get a profit split. So can you just make it available to them at a margin, that sort of thing.
Right.
That's pretty brilliant. And so, is this all on you? Is it a family affair? Does your husband help with this, or is he working a full-time job? Like, give us an idea of the background.
He's the talker. I'm in the background.
Where's he? Why is he not on the show?
He's in the background today.
Okay. He's holding babies number 3, 4, and 5. That's
yeah.
That was how we got this to work. She's like, okay, let me see if I can get my husband to watch the kids. Like that's the real thing. And I think what moms are juggling is like, it's so crazy to think how much we're able to pull off with the limited amount of time that we have. And it's like this unspoken understanding amongst us that like just being here is like a gold star.
Yeah. So you've been doing dropshipping for a while. What are either the top 3 tips or the top 3 pitfalls to avoid that you'd have for any creator, any entrepreneur getting started in dropshipping? What are the top 3 tips you got?
I would say test out your colors. Make sure that when you're so we do shirts. So a lot of times when we're getting like samples and stuff back, the issue that we're running into is the colors on the screen not matching the colors that are printed. So I guess the tip would be to make sure that you order samples, so that you can, with drop shipping, I think a lot of times with drop shipping, anything, not just shirts, the selling point is that you never have to touch the inventory.
Right.
And that is not true. You definitely need to touch the inventory at some point in time, at least once,
Interesting.
And periodically, because quality has its ups and downs. So yeah, I would say always make sure that you secure a sample.
Okay. That's tip 1, secure a sample. What do you got? What else?
Pricing. Make sure that you're doing like competitor analysis. With drop shipping, it's so easy to be like, oh, I want to make this much money. And if you're drop shipping something that you didn't create, 9 out of 10 times, there's that item is available somewhere else. So in order to make sure that you're not selling yourself short or not selling yourself at all, because nobody, it's too expensive, nobody's going to buy it. Just making sure that you're doing like competitor analysis, price analysis. Let's see. 3. I'm trying to think of some of my struggles.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
I gotta start with gelato, knowing that the prices are just better, and then shop around for themselves. I mean, is gelato's quality as good as say Printify? Are they all coming from the same places? Like
that, I don't know.
Okay, I just didn't know maybe you tried Printify and like maybe the shirts were a little bit better. if that even is a concern. Like, does one have a better quality than the other?
That I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say one has a better quality than that. I will say I can't say. I haven't really done a whole lot of business with Printify.
Okay. But the quality with gelato is decent. You just want to double check your colors and make sure that it actually is the color that you're ordering. Because like I'm sure there's a lot of versions of red, a lot of like you get the highlighter green or the yeah, I gotcha. I could see that being a quality thing that you need to double check on.
Yes. So quality. Then I did also want to say as far as the colors go. So you're checking for colors, but you also want to pay really close attention to like the materials. So when you're going like through print on demand companies for like shirts and things, they will give you like a description. Get familiar with like your cotton blends, so that you'll know. I know a lot of times women prefer like a softer style of shirt.
Yeah,
Men usually don't care. So sometimes we can get away with doing like a soft style, but then sometimes men will like, have a preference for like a more rigid kind of like full cotton blend. Yeah, those are the big ones.
Those are the big ones. Is there anything that someone starting out in drop shipping will be tempted to obsess about that they really shouldn't obsess about?
What to drop ship?
How do you mean?
If it's a t-shirt, if like what product it is?
Yeah. What like a lot of people get caught up in like what to sell.
Okay. How do you remedy that? What is the remedy?
My biggest like tip for what to sell is what do you already use?
Interesting.
What do you already use? What do you already use? And if not what you already use, what you know something about, something
Interesting.
like, it has to be something that you're interested in,
Gotcha.
because the cheapest, I'll say, I won't say the cheapest, the most affordable way to go about getting started in drop shipping is to be your own content creator.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But there are avenues for, like you have your own influencer. You are on the business side now. You're not the creator, you're the business. And so you're going out and you're finding people that will market your products. I think that's probably the most reasonable business model to have when drop shipping. But if you can't afford that, definitely make sure that you're drop shipping or selling something that you like so that you can create your own content.
Very cool.
Agreed.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I really appreciate this. This is big. This is, new to our audience. We haven't talked a lot about drop shipping. We've stayed focused on really just content creation. We've dabbled a little bit in infopreneuring, but this has been really helpful. So do you have resources for people? Where can people find your resources?
Yes, I have a it's technically my domain. It's just NeishaEwing.com.
Okay, got it.
Here on the screen.
Yep.
And then my email is NeishaEwing@gmail.com. You guys can message me or send me emails. I'll say email me if you're having like questions about drop shipping. I'm actually working on two services where I will walk with you through the process.
So cool.
We're gonna go through branding. We're gonna go through like all of the, I would say, like analytics. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. All right, here we go. So basically we go through everything to the point of getting set up. I'm gonna even go through, how to find an influencer, for you. I'll go over we go over how to create your content. We go over different other ways to put your products out there. So I start with Shopify. I'm going to help you build your Shopify store.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a lot.
Excellent.
So there will be two. One is going to be a done for you So I'll just collect information and I'll do it for you, get you set
Oh,
up.
wow.
And then the other one will be a done with you, where we'll share screen. Well, you'll share your screen, and then I'll literally walk you through the entire process of getting started.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
love that.
Well, I love that. Well, thank you so much for being on and giving us your time. Thank you for being part of the Mom Creators Group. That's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we look forward to kind of seeing how this evolves for you
Yeah.
as your personal brand, Zineshia, grows. So thanks
Yeah.
so much. We really appreciate you. Have a great one. Take care, everybody.